Alright, yes, I know I'm behind on news. I'm going to combine this into as much of one video as I can. This is the V-Jump November 2014 news, compliments of the organization. I'll have dual links down below. The only other YouTuber I've seen cover this is Cyberknight, so I figured it's kind of important to talk about this stuff. So, the first new card, we're going to call it the Hermit, because I don't know. So 2600, or level 6, 2100 Wing Beast. If this card is an almost 70 special summon one Hermit Yokai monster from your deck, except for this guy, and then during the end phase of this card was special summon during this turn, floats back to your hand. It's a normal summon, special summon another guy from your deck. I mean, you're making up for what you're using to tribute it. I mean, if you're using the Monarch Stormforth, maybe. But, I don't know. I don't really see much versatility in this, depending, or not knowing what the rest of the support is. The next one is the Noble Spirit Beast Rampida. Level 4, 1600. It's not terrible. 400 defense. You can only special summon one Noble Beast once per turn. Once per turn, you can banish one Sacred, or one Spirit Beast monster from your extra deck. And if you do, you can send one Spirit Beast monster with the same name as that banished monster from your main deck to the graveyard. Okay. I'm still not quite clear on what the Spirit Beast does, but give or take, seems like this could be a decent card for at least deck thinning or loading up the graveyard. Next up is the Necloth of Gungnir. I'm actually excited for the Necloth. So, he cannot be ritual summoned except for a Necloth ritual spell card. We know this. You have to special summon this by using monsters that are not level 7, which is kind of derpy, but I guess. It cannot be special summoned by other ways. You can only use the effect of Necloth Gungnir once per turn, and during either player's turn. So you can discard this card and to target one Necloth monster you control. During this turn, the monster cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. So you can discard it as itself from your hand to give one of your guys immunity to battle or card effects. That's cool. And you can discard one Necloth card, target one card in the field and destroy that card. That's if he's on the board. So he kind of retains Gungnir's effect. So, not bad. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they're packing for the rest of these. Oh, another Hermit guy. The other one was level 6. This is a level 4, 1800. Okay, so if this card's normal summon, you can immediately after this effect resolve normal summon one Hermit Yokai monster from your hand. So you can normal summon the level 6 guy. This card cannot attack your opponent directly, but battle damage your opponent takes when this card is halved. This card can attack your opponent directly, but battle damage to your opponent from this card is halved. That's a fucking terrible effect. During the end phase of this card was normal summon during this turn, floats back to your hand. Okay, I mean, I guess it's kind of interesting. Oh, we have more Hermits. Let's see here. This is a 0, 2100, Pendulum Scale 3. The other one's Pendulum Scale 5. Pendulum effect: if a Hermit monster you control be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can destroy this card instead. Okay, that's kind of good. If this card is normal summon, change it to defense mode. Your opponent cannot target Hermit monsters you control with card effects except for this card. That's kind of terrible. Once per turn, if you control a Hermit Yokai card in your other Pendulum card zone, you can make this card's Pendulum Scale 11 until the end of the turn. Okay. You cannot special summon monsters other than Hermit Yokai monsters for the rest of this turn. Effect seems kind of good. Let's see, your monster card zone. This card's normal summon, change it to defense mode. Your opponent cannot target other Hermit Yokai monsters you control for an attack except this card. I like how they kind of create a little, I'm going to mess up the name, but one of those little shrines when they're in the pendulum zones, which is kind of cool. Outside of that, still seems kind of bad. Oh, yes. More Necloth support. So this guy is absolutely busted. I remember reading this. Level 3, 300 attack, 1800 defense. You can only use the 2 effect of the Necloth caster once per turn. So if you ritual summon exactly one Necloth monster, you can use this little guy as the entire tribute. Thank you, Gishkis. If this card is tributed for an effect, you can add one warrior type Necloth monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, so you can ritual summon this guy, fill the entire cost with the Necloth card itself, and then you get to search for a warrior Necloth. So you get to recruit for Brionic. Brionic cannot be ritual summoned except by a Necloth ritual card. I figured as much. And you cannot special summon him other ways. You can only use the effect of Necloth Brionic once per turn. You can discard this card to add one Necloth monster from your deck to your hand. So you're going to be packing 3 of these. except for, of course, Bionic. And then the 2 effects, you can target 1 or 2 special summon monsters from the extra deck and return them to the extra deck. Yeah, really interesting how this card is going to react with other cards. He's definitely going to be a mandatory 3-of in the deck if you're planning on doing anything with Necloth, just because it can recruit. Next up is the Necloth Kaleido Mirror. Now this card is actually interesting. This card is used to ritual summon a Necloth ritual monster. You can only use the 1 effect of this card once per turn. You can ritual summon any number of Necloth ritual monsters from your hand by either attributing exactly 1 monster from your hand or field, or by sending 1 monster from your extra deck to the graveyard whose level is equal to the level of the ritual monster you will ritual summon from your hand. So this kind of allows you to bypass some restrictions that they've already got, and does it fabulously because you can invert your extra deck. It means this particular archetype allows you to use synchros or fusions in your extra deck to bypass their requirements. And I see this card making the archetype what it is going to be. The 2 effect, if you control no monsters, you can banish both this card and 1 Necloth monster from your graveyard to add 1 Necloth spell card from your deck to your hand. So, I'll play this, banish it, and another Necloth from your deck, recruit for another spell card. Seems kind of good. Ooh, Spirit Guys. I'm not sure what these guys do yet. It's level 2, 200, 1000. You can special summon 1 Elder of these guys once per turn. After you normal summon this card, you can normal summon 1 Spirit Beast monster in face-up attack position during your main phase, in addition to your normal summon. So, he's a Bogart Knight. Okay. Let's see here. This bird guy. 1400, level 4. You can only special summon 1 of these guys once per turn. Once per turn, you can also banish 1 Spirit Beast from your main deck. During your second standby phase after this card's activation, add that banished card to your hand. So, it's a 2-turn Rhoda. I could see this card being troublesome, but it's after the second standby phase, after activating this effect. So it's going to be Gold Sark. This card might be too slow to play, at least in the current time, but it is good. Let's see here. The other guy, so this is 1 Spirit Beast monster plus 1 Noble Spirit Beast monster. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by banish the above card you control and cannot be special summoned by other ways. You do not need polymerization, so contact fuse away. Once per turn, you can target 2 of your banished Spirit Beast monsters, return them to your graveyard, and if you do, you can add 1 Spirit Beast from your deck to your hand. So the guy that you banished, you can send to the graveyard to manually recruit. That seems terrible. I guess if you banish them, if you banish the 2 guys to contact into this, you can send them to the graveyard to search for another one, kind of keep the loop going on the next turn. I don't know, it just seems kind of slow. During either player's turn, you can return this card to the extra deck to target 1 of your banished Spirit Beast monsters, and 1 banished Spirit Beast Tamer and 1 of your other Noble Spirit monsters, and special summon them in defense mode. So he can deconstruct. He's level 6, 1400, 1600. His stats are kind of lackluster. I mean, I guess the fact that he can allow you to Rhoda, or you can return it to the extra deck to bypass the card effect. I don't know, seems kind of subpar. I like what they're trying to do with this, but them stats are way too weak for it needing to be good. Okay, Infernoids. Oh god, I haven't read these either. I know people are making like a pissy fit over these. Can't be normal summer set. Okay, you are a level 2, 0 attack, 2000 defense that cannot be normal summoned or set. What? Okay. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 1 Infernoid monster from your hand or graveyard, while the combined level of all effect monsters you control is 8 or less. Cannot be special summoned by other ways. What the fuck? Okay, that's a hell of a summoning condition, and you're level 2 for some reason. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster opponent controls, return to the hand. Okay, that's kind of good. Once per turn during your opponent's turn, you contribute 1 monster you control, target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard, and banish it. That's kind of terrible. So, you can special summon this by banishing 1 Infernoid from your hand or graveyard, while the combined level of all effect monsters you control is 8 or less. I don't know, that seems meh. Alright, let's check out this guy. Of course, he cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned for him by banishing 1 Infernoid monster from your hand or graveyard, while the combined level of all monsters you control is 8 or less. It still seems terrible that that's their effect. It can't be special summoned by otherwise. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster, destroy it. This card can not attack during the turn. You activate this effect once per turn. During your opponent's turn, you contribute one monster you control, target one card in your opponent's graveyard, and banish it. Okay, so I still don't understand why you'd want to -1 yourself to special summon this guy. I might be missing something here, but these seem kind of terrible. Intermate Donkey Friend. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 lower Funimals monster from your hand or graveyard. Cool. So Funimals, oh god, Funimals got a junk synchron. This is the Intermate Witch. Pendulum scale 4, 100, 100. I guess. Once per turn, you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as fusion materials. So, so it's a polymerization in the pendulum zone. Okay. And monster effect, you contribute this card to add 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand. I like the fact that you can fusion summon from your extra deck as a pendulum effect. That's kind of interesting. Hello, Infernoid, blah blah blah. So, cannot be normal summon. Must be special summon from your hand or graveyard. Okay, so it can be from the graveyard. Okay. By banishing 3 Infernoid monsters total from your hand or graveyard, while the combined level or rank of all monsters you control is 8 or less and cannot be special summoned by other ways. If this card is special summoned, you can destroy all other monsters on the field. Okay. Once per turn, when a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated, you contribute 1 monster you control, negate the activation. If you do, banish it. This effect can be activated during your opponent's turn. So, this guy I like. The other two not so much, but banishing that 3 from your hand or graveyard is going to be kind of difficult to load up, especially for something like this, in my opinion. Let's see here. The Overflowing Purgatory. And it's a field spell. Oh, joyous. Is that the Quillfort tree up top? I think it is. Once during each of your standby phases, you can special summon 1 Infernoid token. Fire level 1 to your side of the field. If you would special summon an Infernoid monster by its own effect, you can banish 1 Infernoid monster from your field as well. All Infernoid monsters you control cannot be targeted by your opponent's attack, and cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects except for Inferno monsters with the highest level. So they have to go after the highest. I guess. I mean, you get a token every turn. I guess that works for fulfilling their effects. I don't know, this archetype still seems so bad. Let's see here. And this is the last one. Awakened Purgatory. During each of your standby phases, you can send 1 or 2 Infernoid monsters from your deck to the graveyard. You control a non-Infernoid card, send this card to the graveyard. Okay, so what? So you can send 1 or 2. I like how it specifically says that. So if you get 3 of these up and running on the board, you just drop 6 from your deck and you just offer your opponent a handshake. That's ridiculous. And it's a continuous trap card. Okay, so this card really brings it home. I'm not gonna lie, this card single-handedly makes the archetype good. The fact that it's a chainable trap card that you just go mad plus off of during your opponent's standby phase, I guess. And I guess this is Infernoid Adramech. We'll be getting more info next V-Jump. So, wow. Certain Infernoids are actually really good with the help of the trap card. Outside of not reading them, everything before that, they seemed really subpar, but this brings it home brokenly. So guys, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about all of this information, and I'm out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please thumbs up this video to show your support, and please check out Vanguard 40 for Cardfight Vanguard, MKohl Games for miscellaneous trading card games, and No Limit Gaming for a brand new series of Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Thanks for watching.